So first, to make cards, it's helpful just to make a new deck. You can add them to any existing deck once you have different decks and stuff, but it's easier to first make a deck to keep everything organized. If you want to make histology cards, you should make a histology deck. So we're going to do that. So at the bottom here, we're going to come down to create a deck. I'm going to create a deck, and I'm going to call it new deck number 1. Okay, and then bam, it appears here. This is my Anki deck, which we'll talk about in later videos, so basically just ignore that. We have our new deck here. So now we're going to come up to the top, click Add. And at first we're going to pick the deck that we want to add them to. In my case, I have a bunch of decks. If you're new to Anki, you're just going to have the deck you just made. So I'm going to click the deck I just made, new deck number 1. Bam. And then I'm going to pick the type. There's a bunch of different card types. You should watch the Anki tutorial videos on YouTube, which are linked in the handout. But we're just going to pick close. And the Anki explains why that's the best type to pick. So we're going to pick close. Bam. So choose that. Now we can start typing the things we want to add to our deck. So I'm going to say the heart has 4 chambers. That's the thing I want to put in my card. So now we do the close part. So I'm going to highlight the part that I want to basically make a fill in the blank, and that's how close works. So I can come up here and click that. It then does a close here, it puts in these brackets, and now when I look at this card, it'll be like a fill in the blank. The heart has blank chambers. Now I want to come over here too, and instead of clicking up here at the top, I can do a hotkey on my keyboard, which is Command-Shift-C. So I press that, it'll now also fill in the blank here. Notice how these numbers are different, and that's because there's going to be different cards. You'll have different fill in the blank cards. You won't just get 2 fill in the blanks at once. So now we're going to go down here and click Add, and it adds it to the deck. Now we can keep making more cards. So now I'm going to say S. Pyogenes, which you guys will learn about, is a gram-positive bacteria. So now let's say I want to take this part, and I want to do the same thing. Command-Shift-C, bam. And then this part here, I also want to do it, Command-Shift-C. You can also get a little bit more advanced if you do colon. You can then put something that'll be a hint. So I can say microbe. And then over here I can do stain. And that's super helpful because then it's a little bit easier to fill in the blank. When you have a lot of cards, it can be kind of hard to remember like what I'm supposed to even fill in the blank with. So that really helps your memory. And then instead of hitting add, the faster way to do it is just do command return or command enter. And then it adds it to the deck. And we'll do one more. SA node is the pacemaker of the heart. And also, instead of like highlighting, if I want to do a little bit faster, I could just insert the close and then type heart. And then again, if I want to give a hint, I could be like organ. And this part here, function. I like to do it like this. This just makes it a lot easier to fill in the blank, and I think it really helps your memory. So again, add it. So that's how you make cards. Another thing you can do, let's say the heart has 4 chambers. And again, right, insert the close. But now let's say I want to add like a picture, and this is super helpful for lectures when you want to screenshot lectures. So let's say I found this picture and I want to put it in my card, so I would copy it. You go back to Anki. Go to this extra part. You just paste it in. It comes really big, but it'll look okay when I'm viewing the card. And then I would again just command enter, put it in the deck. So now going back to the home screen with this new deck, another 7 new cards in it. So we're going to go to browse, then we're going to go to this new deck. I'm going to check it out. So I can click preview to check it out. So here's an example of one of the cards we made. The heart has blank chambers. Alright, so 4. Then we also made this one here, and this was the one that I added the hints to. Right, so S. pyogenes is a stain bacteria. In this case, it'd be gram-positive. And then here's the last one. So we get this one, the heart has blank chambers. Now when I press the spacebar, flip the card, I get this picture of the heart has 4 chambers. That's super cool if you want to add pictures and stuff, and especially for lecture slides. That's super helpful because then you can have that extra information without having a bunch in the top portion that you're actually typing out.